Morning, guys. You know, my wife and I were talking yesterday, and she had brought something up that made me think of a good point to go into that I hadn't even gotten into. I haven't really brought up at all, and it involves this Monarch program. Um, I'm going to refer to this book. Okay, Complete Mind Control by MK Ultra. This is a good reference. This guy goes into a lot of the specifics of some of the hermetic magic and rituals that these occultists do when they're making monarchs. Believe it or not, guys, it's very involved. They even they go so far as to plan out your conception, how you were conceived, and they take serious steps and measures throughout while you're in the womb developing when they wish to make you a monarch. Okay? My wife said something to me. She goes, she said, it's funny watching you perform, because she said, you always do a good job, but she said, there's just something about when there's a camera on you. She said, it's wild to see, because she said, all of a sudden there's just a switch. She said you can even see it. There's a switch that happens, and then you just perform for the camera. And I'd kind of chuckled and smiled. I said, yeah, you're right. There is something to that. And guys, growing up, going through this Monarch program, being a monarch, you have a camera on you a lot. And some would say, well, a lot of folks film their kids growing up. And yeah, that's true. But when you're going through the program, it's a lot. I can remember days that my mom would have the camera on me all day long. And there was a lot of times where I would hope and wish that she would turn the camera off and play with me. I got tired of being on that camera. But there's a reason why they were doing that, why they were filming me so much. There's a couple of reasons. One of them is so that they could capture the progress, right, of the rituals, of the programming. And there were a few tapes and moments where they did capture the switch, and that's where I'm about to go in this next one. And the next point is and it'll even tie into the name. All right, Chimera. All right, well, what else sounds and is spelt close to camera? Chimera. Chimera. Guys, in a camera, in the lens of a camera, are mirrors. It's so that it can invert and flip the image, right, once it's captured. Same thing like our eyeballs do. When we look at something and it is perceived, the image is then inverted and flipped, because in reality what we are looking at is actually it's actually the opposite. It's flipped. And when you're a monarch, you are a chimera. That's what you are. Someone might say, well, how so? That sounds like a mythical creature. And you'd think that. A lot of people think about the beasts, with the multiple heads, the eagle head, the snake tail, the lion body, the lion head, and maybe like a wolf head, right? The three-headed beast with different beast heads on it. Well, when you are a monarch and you've gone through the programming, you have multiple spirits that reside in you, that reside in your psyche. That's what the programming does. They very much did that on purpose. And they prepared your body while you were developing. And if your folks were involved deeply enough, you could have been conceived. Your conception was designed for the specific purpose of making you into a monarch. Yep, when you're a monarch, you'll be the house for multiple entities. They'll have names. This is how they're able to archive the altars, the altar personas, as one could say, that they wish to bring out after programming. I've already talked about how some people have an Asmodeus spirit. Well, a lot of your deltas have Asmodeus demons residing in them. And when they wish to bring out that delta, maybe they got a job that they need hitman so-and-so to do, they will do the gesture or say the code phrasing to bring out Asmodeus. And while they're able to do this, there's a switch. Your actual personality will switch. And the person will do the task without even knowing. They'll have no memory of it if the programming was put in correctly. You can have many. Now, how does the camera work? Well, there's something about mirrors. Yep. Mirrors are like portals in a way. And there's a lot of occultic symbology with the mirror. And your camera in the lens has many mirrors. Not only the camera, the Chimera, but your phone does too. Did you know if you were to break your phone open and take that screen apart, the very thing that makes the image that you're looking at, that I'm looking through right now as I'm creating this, is like a paper mirror. One that has lights that flash through it, that create the images that shine to your eyeballs. And when you've gone through the program, and there is something about being in front of a mirror that can pull it out. So when my wife said, yeah, there's something, it's funny to see you when the camera gets put on you when you're performing, I get a chuckle. Not just the camera, lights can do it too. This is why when you get mediums on a stage, your artists, your performers, your favorite music groups, you get them on a stage under some lights and put a camera in front of them, they perform. Same thing with actors and actresses. Because they're mediums. They're sensitive. And they've gone through the Monarch programming. If they're not handlers, then they're monarchs.